All right, welcome to the third session of our business growth workshop. In this third session, we are going to be looking at building a high performance team. Now, in the second session, we've spoken about how critical finance is to growing your business. I don't know if I forgot to mention, but let me mention it now. That having a proper and a positive financial record is not just so that you have enough money to be able to scale, but it also shows your prudence as an entrepreneur, right? Now, let's talk about the team, your employees, your workers, all of you put together in one box. We call you the team. How critical is the team to the business? The business does not operate itself. The business is operated by different people doing different things. By the time you put everything together, they form the business altogether. Now, the activities of these people, their efficiencies and inefficiencies, their lapses and their success, all will culminate and impact the success or otherwise or failure of the business. So, building a team, therefore, becomes a very, very critical part of your business. Now, whether it is why you are hiring or why you are retraining them or training them or inducting them or managing the talent effectively, all of these things have a way of enhancing the performance of your team. And I would like us to begin by looking at the role of recruitment process. See, the process of your recruitment is very, very critical because it determines who gets into the organization. It determines who comes in. It determines the type of talent that gets in, right? So how do you, if you get your recruitment process wrong, you can never have an effective team. Effective team begins from the recruitment process. So what are the things that you need to do to get your recruitment process right? Number one, define the roles clearly. The people you are going to hire, what are they going to be doing? What will be their roles? Before you hire somebody, define what the person is going to be doing first. Don't hire somebody for whose role you have not defined. Because clearly defining the person's role tells you the kinds of person that you need in that position, right? The next is hiring for attitude and potential. Now, in most cases, we focus on capacity, the capacity of the person to carry out what we are hiring the person for. But do you know that the work ethic, the attitude of the person even matters more than the capacity? In my experience, I've hired people that are very, very capable, but they don't perform. Why? Because they have a very bad attitude to work. When you hire somebody and you focus your attention on only the capacity of the person to perform, and you don't check the person's attitude, the person's work ethic, you are still going to have serious problem. You are going to find a situation where you have staff that know what to do, but they won't do it. Why? Because of attitude problem, attitude issue. So when you want to hire, it is also important for you to also pay attention to attitude. Pay attention to the attitude of the person you are going to hire, the mindset of the person, the person's work ethic, and all that. I know this can be sometimes difficult to check, but you cannot find yourself in a situation where you are completely unable to check these things. The next is to leverage local talent pools. You can leverage some local talent pools. Thank God to the digital, for the digital space. We now have places like the Jobman, we have places like LinkedIn, and then we have other recruitment agencies that can help you sort out qualified candidates. If you are doing it yourself, you have to make sure that you go to the right places to get the people, because you can find the right people in the right places. You go to the wrong places to recruit, you are going to find the wrong people, right? The next is considering internship and apprenticeship. Internship is bad for startup, is is not good for startup. But of course, if that is a better option for you, you can always try it out, right? It doesn't mean you can't get good people from internship. Internship gives you the opportunity to also test before you finally hire, right? So it gives you the opportunity to check and opportunity to make a better judgment and a better evaluation of people before you finally hire them. So it can also be a good thing for you. You can incorporate it into your recruitment process. You understand, where you hire based on you just pick them as interns, and then you check and look, okay, who is more good, and then you can let go of the others while you retain those you think are very, very capable with the role. All right, you take this quick commercial break, and then when we return from the break, we'll look at the role of leadership and management. The role of leadership and management.
Hi there. Thank you for choosing to participate in our workshop. We're thrilled to have you on this learning journey with us. If you just came across this video online or on our channel, you can access all the workshop videos on our website at jomorc.com or on our YouTube channel at Jomo Mentorship. Looking to take your skills to the next level? Explore our wide range of in-depth courses at elearn.jomorc.com. Here's a glimpse of what we offer. Number 1, customer service essentials. Number 2, team building and management. Number 3, corporate profiling and job application. Number 4, personal and servant leadership. Number 5, human resource management. Number 6, communication and public speaking. Number 7, project management. Number 8, marketing and branding. And finally, number 9, counseling and conflict resolution. Whether you prefer learning remotely or at your own pace, we've got you covered with flexible and engaging learning experiences. Visit elearn.jomorc.com today and start building the future you deserve.
Now, welcome back from that quick break. Now, let us look at the role of leadership and management in business growth, right? There is a thin line between leadership and management, and the thin line is in the fact that a typical manager has certain priorities, just as a manager who is also a leader also have certain priorities, or have those priorities redefined, refined, and rectified, right? To make sure that it is a bit more humane and a bit more accommodating and a bit more productive, and and putting some other things that ordinarily management will not put into play. But a simple way to ensure that you build a culture of management, a proper culture of management, effective management in your office or in your company, is to lead by example. Demonstrate the values and the work ethic you expect from your team. Your team should not be workaholic, or should not be there working all the time while you are there most of the time sleeping. You want to ensure that you are able to build a work ethic. You are able to demonstrate to them. You're able to show them. You should be the one working more than every other person. You should be the one leading the charge for efficiency and for effectiveness, right? The next is encourage open communication. This is very, very critical. It is important for you to empower your people to speak freely. Sometimes people don't work because they feel their opinions are not respected or their opinions are not taken. So encourage open communication in your workplace. The next is empower your employees. Give your employees the power to make decisions as regards their role. Allow them to take responsibility for their various roles. You understand? Let them be the one to make certain decisions, especially when it doesn't directly involve you. They are the professionals, for goodness sake, in their various areas. So give them the autonomy to make decisions, to innovate, to come up with fresh ideas and all that. And the next is provide a continuous training. This is very, very critical. Encourage your people to continuously train and provide them that opportunity and the environment to continuously train. You understand? It is critical that your people continue to increase their skill and their capacity as they work with you, right? It is important that you encourage it. It is important that you encourage them to improve in their capacity, to improve their skill. You understand? Now, let us talk about the role of company culture. Now, company culture, defines how your employers interact and perform their roles, and it is very, very critical. And to do this effectively, you should establish a clear value and mission. The value of your company and the mission of your company must be very, very clear. Employees should so that employees are able to align themselves to the company's vision. Then promoting teamwork and collaboration. It's also important for you to promote teamwork and promote collaboration. Your people should be able to collaborate. There is a meeting point between every role. It's a one business world, for goodness sake. So your people should be able to have a space where they can all collaborate, they can all join hands together, in their role. If their role has a meeting point, they should be able to collaborate effectively. The next is to recognize and reward performance. If your people have done well, it is good that you reward them. It is good that you appreciate them. Then lastly is to encourage work-life balance. Encourage your people to also balance their life. Let them have a healthy life, a healthy social life, a healthy spiritual life, a flexible life, and all that. The next is employee motivation and orientation. You also want to find a way of motivating your employees. Competitive compensation. You want to encourage competitive compensation, flexible work arrangement, and then fostering a sense of belonging. All of these are things you can do to encourage motivation. Thank you very much for participating in this session. See you in the next session.